a quick guide how to put this 3D printed scale mail together. I have an older video of this, but it's pretty unclear and there aren't very many detailed shots. So hopefully this is going to be a little bit better, new and improved. Anyway, so here we have a bunch of these printed scale mail pieces. I have the kind with the bigger loop, the one with the shorter loop, and then we have the one without the loop, so you can see. So first thing is to go ahead and bend all these arms here with your wood burning tool or soldering iron. So what you do, you take your washer and you sort of hover over these arms here. This is very hot, so it'll start melting the plastic really quickly, so you don't have to do it very long. If you do it too long, it'll burn right through the arm. Like so. For this project, you only need the 3 types of scale. So the one with the large loop, the one without the loop, and the one with the short loop. It is also helpful to have a piece of cardboard or something to pin the scales on. I'm using a beer can box because when you flip it upside down, it's hollow underneath, so it's easier to pin the scales on this piece of cardboard. 10 Barrel Brewing Company is not sponsoring this video. However, I would take any beer that you sent my way. Thank you so much. I'm also using pins because they help to stabilize the top row. For the first row, we're going to be using the scale without the loop and the scale with the small loop. Next, take the scale without the loop and hook the leg through the loop like so. Then pin it down for stability. We're going to be alternating between those 2 scales to create our top row. We're going to end the row with the scale that doesn't have the loop on top, so make sure you have that on both ends of the row. All the following rows are going to be completed with the scale that has the large loop on top. We're going to attach it to the left hand of the small looped scale on the top row, like so. We're going to take another scale and hook it to the right hand of the scale that we used before, and then also use the left hand of the next scale over. And this is why we use pins, because these scales kind of go everywhere. So it's easier to keep them in place and put them back in place if they're pinned from the top. Now complete the row by using the next hands over. And one more scale on that last right hand to complete the row. Starting from the 3rd row, you don't put scales in the ends, only in the middle. And now that we have completed our pattern, we want to melt down the arms a little bit more just so that we can close those arms completely so that the scales don't go loose or fall off. Again, remember you don't have to put a whole lot of heat here because the soldering iron will melt the arm really quickly. So just a little bit of heat on top and it'll be ready to press down. If these little bits of arm here bother you, there's a couple of things you can do. You can either take your washer and push it in even more. Or you can completely melt them off using your soldering iron. Just be careful not to burn yourself or the house. If your end pieces are kind of loose and need more stability, like mine here, you can go ahead and melt that arm right into the scale. And as you can see, much better. And here we are with the finished product.